What's up everyone, it's Vivi and welcome back to another Sly Cooper related video. So, all of Sly's ancestors, it is assumed that they all followed the same legacy. Thieving, right? Why am I saying assumed? Well, going with the Thievius Raccoonus, all of the members in that book, they got into thieving, right? But I always believed that one of them had more than one kid. That kid, he or she lived their life normally. They didn't want to follow their legacy. It could happen, it is possible. Now what about Sly's legacy? He followed his father's footsteps, right? But will his son or daughter in the future do the same thing? There's no doubt that Sly and Carmelita will end up together ultimately at the end of everything. They might hit bumps on the road, we never know, and one of them could end up in grave danger. Something might happen and it might lessen the chances of them being together forever. It kinda sounds sad, but you never know where the story will go from now on, if it does continue. Sly said in Sly Cooper 1 that he did not inherit the book. He earned it, and he's absolutely right. He was supposed to inherit it from his father before the night of the attack. The book was taken away from him. Well, technically the pages were ripped. Sly had to go find those pages and deal with the Fiendish 5, so we can say that yes, with all of his efforts, he earned the book. So from then on, Sly has been writing his adventures in the book. Bentley, his best friend, also wrote stuff in the book. Now Coopers back then, they only wrote in the book. They're the only ones who wrote in it is assumed. Sure, they had allies, perhaps, Dr. M for example, but they didn't write in the book. If they did, I think Sly, or at least the story, would have made it seem so. Now what about Sly's future, if there is one? Not to make it sound sad, but we don't know where the future of the series will go. Will the daughter, for example, I think that Carmelita and Sly would have a daughter for some reason, I don't know why. Would she want to follow her father's ways? Hold that thought. All ancestors wrote a move in the book. What will Sly write in the book, apart from his adventures? Swimming lessons? How to make an agent of Interpol fall in love with you? But seriously, what has Sly learned? Well, in the vault, walking on lasers was never written in the book. Sly mentioned that very clearly. But why though? Why exclude that one from the book? How do you even walk on lasers? I can't even wrap my head around that stuff. Anyways, every Cooper put their part in the vault. Or perhaps not. Maybe their descendant took all of their stuff and placed it in there. We don't know much about the vault, but that's that. Now Connor put his stuff in there, right? He learned computer stuff from his father, Bruce. I assume Bruce O'Coop is Sly's grandfather. I did make a video about this, maybe you'd like to check it out, but anyways, why was walking on lasers excluded from the book? My theory is to test his son, Sly. Connor wanted Sly to inherit the book. He knew that his son would pull it off without the need of writing everything in the book. Why would he do that? To prove that you don't need the book to be a Cooper, just like what Sly told Clockwork in Sly Cooper 1. He said you need a Cooper to make the Thievius Raccoonus, not the other way around. So Connor thought, okay, a true Cooper doesn't really need the book. A true Cooper makes the book. So I trust my son and I'm sure he can walk on those lasers. Now where would Sly place his loot? The cave is pretty much no more, except for the loot part, where Sly left his cane. He left an opening. But wait a minute, does the Cooper gang even have loot? Well, Sly explained that thieving is good business in Sly 4, and we do notice a couple of gems, but let's not break our heads around this, alright? With that being said, I'm thinking the Cooper gang will not even be using the vault, what's left of it. The cave is pretty much what's left of it, right? If he's not going to use the vault, that right there already makes him different from the bunch. Now the question is, will he include his dad's move in the book, walking on lasers? He probably already has, but still, apart from that one, we're still wondering if he'll come up with his own ability. Is there anything left to add to the book, apart from their adventures? I can't think of anything. One would say after what the gang has been through, there are enough abilities in the book, so what extra does it need? Look where the vault stopped, as if Connor thought that Sly would have learned enough. So now, surely Sly will not force his kid to follow a thieving legacy. Would Carmelita even allow it? Most likely not, despite her falling for a guy who was thieving, who was fighting justice on the other side of the law according to Carmelita. She won't want her daughter to pursue the same complicated relationship these two have been through. What about Carmelita's family line? Apparently she's the 4th agent of the law in her family. Not chronologically, or not too sure, but will her daughter want to be working for a police agency? Perhaps not. Talking about Sly's ancestors, Sly might not even have the book anymore. Maybe they came across this new powerful villain who, for example, burned the book completely. And no, I don't think Sly will go back in time to retrieve the book. Like he said, you don't need the book to become a Cooper. If he said that, I'm not going to expect him to say, no, I need that book. He will be devastated, of course. There's a bunch of adventures recorded in that book, but he will accept it, and he's going to have to deal with it. I could imagine this cutscene where Sly and Carmelita are jokingly arguing. They both tell their daughter what she wants to do. Sly, as a joke, tells her, hey, you want to be a thief? Carmelita, no, you have to work on the right side of the law. They all laugh and stuff, but then the daughter asks, no, I don't want to do any of that. I just want to pursue my own career. Hey, what if she wants to be a tennis player? And for those of you saying, hey, what if we get a game in the future starring their kid? I just wouldn't imagine it. That's just my opinion. If that were true, it wouldn't really be a Sly Cooper game. A non-Sly Cooper game I'd like to see is a prequel, just like Ratchet and Clank. Maybe a spin-off, but that's pretty much it. This whole story with their daughter, their kid, whatever, I'd imagine this being part of a grand finale. They get married and they have a kid. They can still do so much before reaching that level in their relationship. Think about it. So yep, with that being said, I'm pretty much done with this video. So as usual, if you have any questions, leave everything in the comment section below. And as always, I've been Vivi, and thank you for watching.